Jai Hind everyone and welcome to another episode of Voice of Radakil, a podcast of the Cadets by the Cadets and for the Cadets. Today we have with us Sgt Suhana Gambhir from Madhya Pradesh and Chattisgarh Directorate. She is the best rider girl in Republic Day Camp 2024. Welcome Suhana.
Thank you for having me here.
So first of all I want to congratulate you as you won this best rider girl in horse riding events in Republic Day Camp 2024.
Thank you.
So could you please elaborate on at what age did you start this horse riding?
I started riding when I was 11. We were in Pune at that time.
It was at a young age, so what motivated you back then?
I think I was 5. I had a friend, she used to go for riding at the 61 Cavalry ground.
Right.
And after riding, she used to come to meet me. She used to come to my house. And I remember particularly one day she came to my house wearing boots and she was carrying a whip and she was wearing the helmet. And that is the day I asked my father to get my pass made for horse riding. But for whatever reason, वो pass बना नहीं and I left it. And then 5 years went by. I wanted to, start horse riding, but I just let it go. And 5 years later, when we moved to Pune, I found out that there was a riding club.
Right.
That is the time I drew the line and I told my dad I wanted to start horse riding, and that is when he made my pass. And I started riding in 2018.
So after that, how did you get to know about Remount and Veterinary Corps?
I was riding in Pune for 2 years. After that, my father got posted to Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh. When we moved there, I was quite sad about leaving Pune and leaving all my horses and my club behind. But that is the time, after I think 1 year when we stayed in Jabalpur, I found out that there was the NCC unit, the RVC NCC unit.
Right.
And I asked my father to get myself enrolled there, and it worked out. They accepted my admission letter. And I started horse riding. I joined the unit for horse riding only. And that unit has given me a lot. That place, that unit, the horses have given me a lot. And that is the time I got to know about RVC, what RVC is, what RDC is. I didn't even think I would come to a competition when I started horse riding. I just started for the love of horses. I just started for having a passion. I didn't even think I would come this far. This is just surreal.
But it has been a journey.
Yes, it has.
So could you please tell us about RV Corps?
So, RVC, it stands for Remount and Veterinary Corps. Remount, essentially, it means untrained. So the basic role of RVC is to train untrained horses, any animals that are used in the army, dogs, horses, if there's animal transport, mules are used. So the basic role of RVC is to train the animals and also to provide a platform to the cadets to, learn a skill, to showcase their talents at a high event such as RDC.
Right. So you spend most of the time of your training with your horses.
Yeah.
So which sort of bond you share with them?
It's a different kind of bond, honestly. I always say horse riding is a sport that is different from all other sports. Because in every other sport, you have to take care of your health, you think of your performance. But in a sport such as horse riding, you have a partner to think of, and a partner who cannot understand your language, who cannot communicate in words.
Right.
So body language, love are the only ways you communicate with a horse. The bond is the way you can communicate with a horse. So it has been quite some time that I have been around horses. So, you start to... there's that thing when you spend most of your time with somebody, you start to understand them, you start to learn about them, what's just small but significant things you start to understand. Some things they like, some things they don't like, and that is the bond that I think is very important for horse riding. And most of the riders that you see will have a very special bond with their horse because it's a partner. You train with them, you go to competitions with them, you share your failures and your successes with them. So it's just a partner for life. It's a very special bond. I have complete conversations with my horses, and it's just like, he is more than just a horse to me personally. Because again, as I said, he's a partner. So you treat him like a person, you treat him like, you're equal.
So you actually talk to your horse?
I do. And because I'm surrounded by riders, so they don't think it's weird. But if somebody who is not a rider, who is not around horses or animals for that matter, if they come around, they might find it weird.
They might.
But it's nice, even it's not just horses, even if you have a pet, you start to speak to your pet.
Right.
There's a bond. It's nice. I tease him, I scold him. It's nice, it's you. Even if you know that they cannot understand you, you still have somebody or something you can share your feelings with, just to get it out of your system. Sometimes when I'm very frustrated and I don't want to put myself on anybody, I go to my horse, I vent out with him, and he's just standing there going, yeah, sure.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Such a lovely bond you share with your horse.
Yeah.
I'm talking about your future aspirations. What do you aspire to be, and do you want to be in this field of horse riding or not?
I do want to take horse riding to a high level, maybe nationals, maybe internationals, who knows. But, ultimately it just boils down to the horse. I want to be around horses for the rest of my life. It has given me, horse riding as a sport has given me a lot. It has given me so much of confidence. It has given me belief in my skill. It has given me recognition in many places. And it's just done a lot for me. So I would like to have horses around me for the rest of my life. Even if I don't get to continue, even if I don't get to continue competing, I will keep horses around myself. I'll be around them, maybe have a horse someday. Maybe.
That's great. So usually when we do this horse riding, so there's always that fear of getting injured or falling. So how do you cope up with that?
The trainer I had initially when I started riding, he used to tell me कि जब तक कोई गिरता नहीं है तब तक वो rider नहीं बनता. And that is the thing that really stuck with me. And I remember the first time I fell, it was the worst fall I've had in all these years. I had a month of bed rest, and initially, I got hematoma on my upper lip, and I had a bed rest. And initially, the first few days, I was, maybe thinking, okay, fine, I'll not go back to riding. It's fine, it's a sport. It's okay. I can leave it. But staying home for 3 days and not being able to meet the horses with whom you share such a good bond,
exactly,
and not meeting them is what made me realize that I don't want to leave it. So that 1 month was agony. I spent it in agony, and after that 1 month, when I went back to riding, I really felt it, that I really love riding and I don't want to leave it.
That's when you got to know.
That's when I got to know I really had a passion for it. And it's nice also. Sometimes you need to have a passion in your life, something to hold on to. It's a hobby is one thing, but a passion is one thing.
Exactly.
Right now, we're at camp. We spend 8 hours in the stable. But those 8 hours do not feel like 8 hours because we like the work that we're doing. We like the partner that we're doing it with.
Absolutely. The time flies when you are with your loved ones.
Yeah.
I want to know how NCC is helping you to pursue this dream.
As I said, when I moved to Jabalpur, I was really sad to leave Pune and the horses. But, joining NCC and joining RVC, it gave me a platform where I could continue horses, where I could keep holding on to my love for the horses and for the sport. And it just, it's a platform. It brought me to RDC. I never thought I would come anywhere with horse riding. And when I passed 10th, we actually considered maybe, taking up horse riding as a career. But because India does not have utna infrastructure for horse riding, we let it go. But, coming to RDC, I do realize now that it might come a long way. You never know you never know what might get stuck to you anytime. So NCC really gave me a platform. It brought me to RDC. I could showcase my skill, and it rewarded me. It gave me the horses, and above everything else, it gave me the horses. It gave me the love. It gave me so much, and not just physically. It gave me so much mentally and emotionally. As I said, it gave me so much of. It was a major personality development for me. It was a major character development, and gave me so much confidence. And I just I think of horse riding as a part of me that I cannot let go. Even if I don't ride, it is a part of me that I will not let go, and I just can't leave it.
Yeah, I've experienced this. I was just talking to a horse rider there in a stable. So what he was saying, that whenever I'm sad, I go to my horse and talk to him, and in just half an hour I'm fine. So that's the power, that's the emotional power they hold. So
They're like best friends. They're not
Yeah.
just an animal. Again, partner, best friend.
exactly.
You really, because you spend so much time with them, they get to know you, they're comfortable with you, you are comfortable with them. You understand them, they start to understand you.
Right. And there comes a time when they start actually recognizing you, your voice, your
yeah.
even your smell, I would say.
Yes, yes. I don't think the mess secretary would be very happy with this, but my fruit that we get at lunch every day, it goes to my horses. And
Oh.
I even ask the girls from my directorate if they have any extra fruits left. I collect them and then I go to my horses. Almost every day they get oranges, and
Wows.
today they got apples because we had apples at lunch. But yeah, I feed them more fruits than I have myself, and I should really have fruits.
Really glad to listen this. So now here we come to the end of this podcast. So if there is any last message to our audience, you may go ahead for that.
The only message that I have for everybody is to have something in your life to hold on to. You know, as for me, I had riding. For some people it may be some other sport, for some people it may not be a sport,
Right.
for some people it may be, let's say, painting, or let's say writing. But it's, you must have a passion in your life to, put yourself forward. I always feel like you need a habit to make yourself progress mentally, emotionally, physically, in any way. You need to be progressing, and you need to be consistent with it. And when you love something, when you do it just for the love of something, you are consistent with it and you enjoy doing it. And that is what I would want to convey to everybody, to have a passion, to really be into it and really give it all you have. Give it your blood, your sweat, your tears, everything you have, and just have it in your life and never let it go.
Thank you for such inspiring words.
Thank you for having me.
It was nice talking to you. Thank you for coming.
Thank
you
you.
so much. Done?